Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar. Bitcoin US dollar on the Coinbase chart. The index is too full of line after line after line to really see anything. And this one's even got a lot of lines accumulating on it. Now, I just want to get a brief video out to you. We are on the verge of a breakout or rejection. We don't know. But if the past would be any indicator, this is on the verge of a breakout Monday morning. So I'm going to try to get a more detailed video out over the weekend. But if there is any pullback into the weekend, probably presents a good buying opportunity. Now, since our last video, I was waiting for price to get down here to about 57K to retest the, if you remember, we had the intersection of the bottom of the daily Gaussian channel, the mean band of the 5-day Gaussian channel, and the top of the weekly Gaussian channel, all converging one on top of another right here within a few $100s of one another. As well, you can see this green bottom of our parallel channel here. That was also there, and that is a trend line for the 49K and the 52K bottom as well. So anyway, that was the point I was waiting to hit, and we came down to about 59K, 58.9, just under 59K. And did not hit my orders at around 57. So that's a bummer. That's a bummer. That would have been a good move. And since then, we've just been coming upwards, waiting for a pullback that's never materialized. So, yeah. Don't do that. Should have probably bought right here at 60K. Should have thrown in everything in the everything but the kitchen sink in there. Probably would have been a good idea, and that's what's always happened in the past. In October 2022, I was up all night watching price go down into the CPI data release. Everybody wonders why. Well, whatever. It's a CPI data release that is the bottom of the market every cycle in October. And it was in 2022, aside from the FTX collapse. But who could have predicted that? Well, George actually predicted that over the summer of 2022. That's why I didn't lose anything at FTX, because he kept saying, I don't know where Sam Bankman-Fried's getting all his money. He said, something's not right here. Oh boy, isn't that funny? So, since then, we've been predicting different scenarios here, or before then, actually. And the green one was the most likely one. I thought we would come down here. Damn. Just not far enough. And then come up this way, maybe see a pullback into the election. Come up to about 74. Test our 74 high. And that still may occur. But I don't know if we'll get these pullbacks into the election. And if we do we come up much higher first? Do we come up much? So the green one was my initial thinking of what we would do, and we pretty much following it thus far. At this point, though, I did propose several different scenarios. Green one was most likely, but then I also put out that we could come up here and get rejected off of, well, gonna have to go back a second here. This is supposed to be a short video. We're working off of an inverse head and shoulders here. Here, here, here. Now, let me point out, this is not the inverse head and shoulders that many other people are looking at. I haven't seen anybody on YouTube that's using the one that I'm using. Everybody else is putting our 49K low as the head and the shoulder on either side. In my scenario, the 49K low is the left shoulder. 52 is the right shoulder. And we are 52 is the head, and we're forming the right, we just formed the right shoulder right now. I was looking too, as well, for a little bit larger of a right shoulder here. That's why this whole thing threw me off. I thought we would, when we did come up here a little bit, I thought we'd see another pullback, and that just hasn't played out. So the neckline is the like aqua colored line here. The purple line would be, I guess, the neckline of what everybody else is looking at. And both are valid, but on the other case, we don't really come up here. Well, here, this would be what everybody else is looking at as an inverse head and or not everybody, but others have been. I don't know if they still are. They're where the head ends and the shoulder begins is right here. It doesn't come up to the purple neckline, so it's kind of not a real. It's a flawed. Not flawed, but it's not a perfect pattern. Mine does come up to this next neckline perfectly every time. And we are currently breaking through it. Well, we have been. We have been for the past several days. We've been poking through it since Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And seeing a daily closes. We're not getting a daily candle above there, and it looks like today we are. But I don't believe this is the breakout. Because actually, yeah, yesterday it was really, when Friday started, I was thinking we were going to get the breakout, because if you go on let's just look at a 4 hour. They were really effing with me here. Friday. You know what? We'd have to go to the index. It's not clear on the Coinbase chart. The charts are a little bit different. We go here on the index on the 4 hour. Yeah, we closed right on the neckline on the 4 hour. I mean, we were coming right up to it. We closed just below it. And, but yeah, we were sitting here at the end of the day. I'm like, oh my God, is this going to be the breakout on Friday? And, well, it does look like it is, but I don't think we're going to see a big move upwards. I think that's going to happen on Monday. I think that, we'll just consolidate over the weekend. Maybe pull back down to the line. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what plays out. Maybe we get a big dump over the weekend on Saturday. See, that's why I'm putting this video out now. We get a big dump on Saturday. That's an opportunity, in my opinion. Um, so I just think there's going to be a big move on Monday. And why is that? Let's just look at the past, and maybe we should go back to Coinbase. And go to a daily. Now, I've gone back a couple of Octobers and marked them with a white arrow. There's our CPI data release last year. It was the low. And what happened since then? And what happened like the Monday afterwards? Well, that is a Friday. So see, this is very interesting because you do see kind of a similar move upwards and consolidation like we've had. And then this is Friday. Got kind of a big candle, bigger. And then Saturday and Sunday, consolidation. What happened Monday? This. From 30,000 all the way up to 35,000. 15% move on Monday. And then we closed back down to 33. So 10% move on Monday. Did we see a pullback? Do you see a pullback happening? Back down to anywhere where we were on Friday? The previous five down to 28,000? No, you don't see that. Now, this is not an election year, however. You don't see a pullback until here, the end of January. And what is that pullback down to? It's down to 38. Does it ever come back down to 28? No. But, albeit, this was the bottom of this was coming off the bottom of the bear market. Or no, I'm sorry. This is in 23. Still, hey, where's the rest of my chart? What the hell's wrong with my internet? That's funny. What's going on here? Well, there should be more chart here. You know what? Let's do something like, let's just stay here. I'm going to pause. Something's going on here. All right, I don't know what happened there, but we're back. And so let's go to the next white arrow. Here, this is the bottom of the market right here on October 13th, 2022. The double bottom with this one here. In September, as well as, technically this would have been the bottom, aside from the FTX collapse in June. However, that's a big wick there. But, albeit it was. Anyway, close enough here. And what happened after that? Onwards and upwards here. And then a week or two after CPI data release, here's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On Monday, did see a little pullback. Well, Sunday we saw a move upwards, which is unusual. Well, not really, but so probably to fill a gap on Monday, something like that. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, boom, we moved upwards from what? From where we were on Friday, 19,100. by the middle of next week, we were at 1,600 points higher. Well, not quite 10%, but still significant move upwards. Of course, the next week, did we ever see a pullback down here? Well, yeah, that was on November 5th, 7th, yeah, and 8th, November 8th. But we started to see that collapse before. I think November 7th sticks in my mind for some reason. But other than that, if that had not happened, where would we have gone? Would we have just continued on upwards this way? I think so. I think we just would have continued on up this way and seen a pullback like we did at the end of the first part of the year, a little bit. But this kind of messed things up here. That's why there's a big circle and an X through it. No, I didn't mark off the previous October, but it's right here somewhere. God, these fucking idiots. Too many things pop up when you touch the screen. I'm not sure the exact date of the CPI data release here, but it would have been probably Tuesday, October 13th, or Wednesday, somewhere around here. Now, did it mark the bottom? Not quite. The bottom. Came in. Well, the bottom for that week. A bottom. We actually had more of a bottom back here. Where did we have it in 2022? Oh, in September. Because you had this big... we were coming off of Corona. I don't know. I guess that was a weird year. Anyway, here we are. You did have a low here in CPI data release week, coming up from previous lows. So had it been not for the COVID crash, we might have been a lot higher here. I don't know. It's just a little bit different. Or might we have been lower? Maybe we got a little bit too pumpy here and then pulled back. That could have been the case too. Anyway, whatever. What happened since October? Right around here. This is the CPI data release week. And then we pumped up. We didn't even wait. Well, yeah, Wednesday, October 21st. So in a similar area here, we were kind of consolidating, came up consolidating, and then that would be Wednesday that we saw a big move up in the third week of October, whatever. Now, do you see any pull? My point being is that we're moving up. We're not coming back. We're not looking back. We don't see any pullbacks here. There's no major pullbacks going on. And if you'll note, we are traveling upwards in this parallel channel right here. And if I turn on the daily, we are on the daily time frame. If I turn on the daily Gaussian channel, you can see that we're coming out of this channel right here. after an extensive time in it since, well, pretty much the whole month of September, and then breaking out. Now, how this is different from where we're at now, you see a swoosh upwards and then another swoosh, and you do see red and red. Let's go and note the slope of this channel. This channel I've cloned and moved over here. You zoom out, those channels are we can't zoom out enough, but those channels are parallel to one another. Now if we zoom back in, we have two red. I think maybe we got a green. Nope. We got two red, but like before, red here, and then a big long red. We got a lot of swooshes here. I think I'm getting confused with the what I was going to point out with the weekly Gaussian channel. But we just turned green. And where's price action? We just came out of the daily Gaussian channel after a much more extensive travel within it. So we just come out of the daily Gaussian channel. Let's turn that off. And you know what? I want to look at the 5-day for a second and see where we're at with that. I know we've never hit the we never touched back into the weekly. That's this red dashed line right here. That was my buy area, which never played out. So we never touched the top of the weekly. And of note, back in October of 2022, we did wick into the weekly Gaussian channel and never fell into it. So there was 2 days or 2 weeks of wicking into it, barely, without having to fall into it. Just wanted to note that. But what I want to point out is the yellow channel here. Now I have two of them. And we can probably, I don't want to just delete this one, but this one, don't pay attention to. We're looking at this one right here. And as you can see, we're moving right along the center line here. And then we've come down. And right now, let's just make this one thicker. There we go. That's the bottom of our steeply upward sloping channel. Right now we're on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is right here. So that'll be very close to the edge of this channel, and it makes a lot of sense. Now, I place this channel on my inverse head and shoulders, the center line of the channel right here on the bottom, on the bottom of the head there. And this side of it on the left shoulder. Now, I just hesitated for a second. Is this one the same width as this other one over here? Looks like it. Very much so. Yeah, you can see there's same. I went to a weekly now. You can see there's same slope, same width. I do believe. And yeah, so you got these things going on here. It's hard to argue with. I mean, when patterns play out time and time and time again, are they always going to play out? No, but what's more likely? Well, I think what's more likely is that we are on the verge of an explosion upwards here, heading upwards in this channel. Now, is it going to happen today, Friday? No. What I'm looking at is the total crypto market cap here. And what I'm looking at is this other yellow channel here. We are at the top. And I believe a breakout in the market will occur once we break this, which is at about 2.3. Just over 2.3. We're almost there. We're at 2. What are we at? Oh, 2.29. Yeah, we're almost there. But I don't think we're suddenly going to break it now. I wanted to go to a 5-day. Back here to the Coinbase chart and see when we turn on the Gaussian channel where we're at. There it is. Okay, we just broke out on the 5-day as well. Let's see, that mean band is right there. Everything was converging right here. It just did not get, maybe over a weekend, Israel blows up Iran or something like that, and we get a pullback down to this line. That's why I'm putting this video out, because if we do see a pullback this weekend, I think it's a huge opportunity. I'll try to get a more detailed video out later, but I at least wanted to get out here and put my thoughts out there. But like I said, the charts show that we're on the edge. We are on the edge. The oscillators too. I mean, if you go to a weekly, kind of showing everything I wanted to show. We have to switch back over to my index. See, the other thing here, if you look, futures with the exclamation point there, about 2/3 of the way up above the screen. Right above it is the Bitcoin US dollar index, and below it is the futures, CME futures. It's only trading at, what is it, $150 premium to spot right now. That's not a breakout. It's not real bullish. But it's been very volatile. It has been very volatile, the premium gap. So it's telling me, I mean, I've seen it really just very fluctuate minute to minute, and it tells me that there's just so much uncertainty right now. Anyway, let's go to this chart. We're on a weekly time frame on the Bitcoin US dollar index with our oscillators turned on. I have on the stochastic RSA right here in this section. Well, let's just, I isolate that. Come on. I don't know if we can. Here's the stochastic RSI. And I've drawn this trend line here from bottom in September 2023, a year ago. Now, this pierces it here, but what's interesting is that it catches the average, the moving average there. And so we do have a trend here as resistance and here as resistance. We have not broken this yet. This is on a weekly time frame. So we are right at the moment of either a breakthrough or a rejection, is what I'm saying. And let's look at the... I don't know what I have drawn here. We've been looking at this pink line, and we've broken through. We've broken through there since, mid-September. And never did come down and get a retest of that. I do have some trend lines drawn there. So the bottom one is a clone of this upper one. And as you can see, so it does create a parallel channel. And we do have this contact point there. And we are currently staying above it. We're heading to this, what would be the center line of that. If it were drawn as a parallel channel. Let's just end the video now. So, who knows what's going to happen? I don't think there's going to be a breakout till at least Monday, probably Monday. Sunday night, though. Monday world time. So when Monday begins at 5 o'clock in California on Sunday, that's where I think, or actually, maybe even when CME Futures opens at 3 p.m. California time, 2 hours before the world declares Monday open. That could be blast off time, or could be rejection time. But I at this point, kind of thinking that those looking for a rejection are going to be missing out. Either way. Now, I'm coming at a perspective, keep in mind, of I have all my Bitcoin, the actual Bitcoin that I want. I'm waiting to deploy more leverage into the situation. And technically, I should wait until a confirmed breakout. But at that point, are things going to be moving too quickly? I don't have the convenience of being able to sit around at my computer. A lot of times throughout the day, I'm doing things that I can't get away from, and just go and start making moves. Literally, I can't. I couldn't even. It might be several hours might go by before I'm able to get to where I can make trades, and it just doesn't work out. So just be ready for a rejection or a explosion or whatever, and do what you want. But don't don't use extreme leverage, because also what happens when you are got your liquidation point a little bit too close to price action, and things are moving. A lot of times, transactions take a lot longer than you would they normally do, because things get hung up. A lot of people are trying to do things, and system slows down. So keep all that in mind. All right, like, subscribe, and I'll try to get some more stuff out this weekend.